member for Edmonton Calder, followed by Chester Rocky.
Mr. Speaker, 2 years ago today, this government came to power, selling a much different vision of what they're providing now. Under this PC government, we've seen broken promise budgets and broken promise policies that they never promised in the first place. To the Premier, why are you attacking the working people that give so much to this province? Our nurses, social workers, tradespeople, emergency response workers, firefighters, park wardens, corrections officers, physiotherapists, sheriffs, agronomists, water experts, librarians.
Thank you. The Honourable Premier.
Mr. Speaker, nothing could be further from the truth. First of all, I adhere to the premise that was raised by Premier Lougheed. No one comes to power. We have the responsibility to govern that's been granted to us by Albertans, and we take that responsibility and that privilege very, very seriously. Secondly, we respect the people who work on behalf of the public in this province, whether they're elected to this legislature, whether they serve in this government, or whether the civil servants that provide the services that Albertans need on a daily basis. We respect them. We hope that they will respect them because they do important work for Albertans.
Well, Mr. Speaker, given that this government has spent 2 years breaking promise after promise from everything from health care wait times, advanced education to full-day kindergarten, and now they're asking Albertans to just trust them while their government meddles with their pension security future. Why doesn't this Premier start reading the warning labels as we see them here? A steady diet of broken promises leads to grave health risks for all Albertans.
Well, Mr. Speaker, obviously he even can't read his notes correctly because I'm sure it doesn't say on his pills a steady diet of broken promises. So I'm not sure that his question is premised on anything other than political rhetoric, and therefore I would respond this way. This government takes the job of governing very seriously. This government likes to focus on the big picture issues which focus on what makes Alberta the best place to live, to work and to raise our families. This government cares about not only our children but our grandchildren and their future in this province. And we will govern in those children and grandchildren's interests.
Well, you know, that's very interesting, Mr. Speaker, because given that this government has promised to end child poverty, but 2 years later, 10% of Albertan children are still waiting for the help that's never, ever come. Making pensions thinner and harder to come by actually increases the poverty, Mr. Speaker. To the Premier, is this government planning to keep any of these promises, or are they willing to just cut them loose 24 months later, just like they did the last Premier?
Mr. Speaker, I would think that every member in this House would want to commit to reducing and ending poverty for children in this province. This government initiated, in discussion with the public of Alberta, a social policy framework which is on track to do just that. We also initiated the discussion on Together We Raise Tomorrow so that we can do foundational work to ensure that it's not just stopgap measures, not just paying for constant continuance of poverty, but actually putting in place policies and programs that will end it. Our Social Innovation Fund, which we put in place, will help us to get the knowledge and the tools we need to do just that.